Hello, my name is Everly Adams, and I'm in Mr. Lang's Computer Science and Software Engineering course. And for the past few weeks, we have been working on our independent project, and what I picked was I wanted to add on to my Flowlab video game that I started last year in Introduction to Computer Science. So, what you see here is my first level. There's not much to it, but this is my character, and if I click edit and I go to the sprite, this is how I made my character, but you can add different colors if you want, or if you wanted to find a different character, you can go over here to the menu and find like a dog or a spider. But if I go back and I go over to behaviors, this is where I programmed my my player to move. So what I did was first I added the camera angle to follow the character, and then I set up my player's movements to my keyboards with left making it walk, right making a walk, and up making a jump. But if I click left, then my player is going to move left, which would be a -8, in which 8 is the speed. And if I did a right arrow, it would move right 8. If I go down to my up arrow, this is gonna send the code to a switch program, which would send it to the jump, which would make me jump 10. But I had to add a collision block because whenever I jump, that's a collision, so I have to also send that to the switch, which would also send it to the jump. But next I'm going to show you how I programmed my monsters to move. Pretty much it's the same thing, except for it's not manually. I programmed them to move without me using arrows. So how I did that was I used an always block, which ultimately just tells the character, or in this case the monster, to move back and forth always. I set the speed to 6, and I did the animation to walk. And if I want to go back over here to the edit sprite, I can click this arrow, which would be the animation editor. I could pick an animation, and I did the walk, and this is just how I programmed it. You can add another frame if you wanted it. If you wanted to change the walk, or if you wanted it to run, for example, but I set it to walk. And pretty much, level 1 was pretty easy because it's the first level. However, I have 4 levels, but what I did to create the grass and blocks was I just clicked anywhere, I hit create, and I changed the sprite from the block to a grass block. And for example, if I wanted to make this back here, you can click clone and just clone a bunch. However, I already cloned it, so I'm just going to delete that. And this made it super easy. Whenever I messed up, I didn't have to manually delete a block one by one. I can just click what I want to delete, and it'll delete it all. If I go down here and I click play, I can test the game. See, like if I wasn't sure if my sprite was moving, I can test it. But now that works, I see my monsters are moving back and forth, so that's good. And what I did was, to kill the monsters, you can acquire these stars, which kind of act as weapons for us from the monsters. And if you shoot a star, go to the behaviors, a collision on a player from the stars equals a destroy. So if I click play, I'm going to jump and get this star. And I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to... Okay, never mind, I accidentally just died, but let me try that again. If I jump up here and I get it, I can hit space and I can shoot the star. So I thought that was kind of cool, just to add like another little detail to the game. However, you can also kill a monster by jumping on its head, but that's a little bit more difficult since you only get 30 lives. And up here in the top corner, you can see my health, which you start with 3, but if you run into a monster, it decreases by 1 every time. And every star you get, it'll count how many you have up here. Okay, now that I've shown you that, I'm going to move on by showing you the switch. What this does is, if my player goes over here and collides with the switch, it is going to send a message arrow to the door and cause it to open. So what that code looks like is this. When a player collides with it, it tells a switch to open the animation door, which would be on. It has a sound effect if you listen to it carefully, and it sends a message to the door. If I go over to the door, it receives the message that the switch just sent. It does the open animation, and it loads level 2. So if you want to see what that looks like, I'm going to go ahead and play this level. Okay, let's try that again. For example, I almost just died, but I should get it this round. And I think this video game is pretty difficult because sometimes I can't even get it. So if I go over here, I collect these stars. I go and I collide with the switch, which caused the door to open. I hit another monster. I go over here, and this is level 2. You see it has a little bit of a different format from level 1, but it's the same thing. These monsters move back and forth. I added a little bit more of spikes, which if my player collides with a spike, it's gonna decrease the health by 1. And I added a little bit more detail with just some weeds and flowers. But this is what it looks like to play. So that is level 2. I think level 2 is pretty easy. But this is level 3, same thing. I added a little bit more spikes just if I fall off here, I'm gonna die, instead of just having to restart. But I'm gonna play it, get the stars, kill the monsters, get more stars, jump up here, then jump up here, kill the monster, go up here, make a big jump, go to the switch, and that caused the door to open. And this loads level 4, the final, which this is the last level, so it doesn't have a door, but you can just play this for fun, and if you wanted to replay, you can just hit play again. This Flowlab video game is called Jumpy Adventure. I spent a few weeks working on it, and I think it's pretty good. However, I think sometimes it's pretty hard, and if you wanted to play this video game, you can go to Flowlab, it's called Jumpy Adventure, or you can go to my professional e-portfolio and I will have a link there. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and if you have any more questions or you want to watch any more of my videos, they are on my YouTube.